Kicked out as a teen for false rumors spread by my sister. Years later, parents see my success and demand money after they abandon me. I am a 28-year-old male with a twin sister. Growing up, my twin sister and I experienced very different treatment from our parents. My parents genuinely seemed convinced for some reason that my sister was destined for greatness while I was the so-called black sheep, just because I was more interested in playing sports or making new friends than studying. They constantly compared us, which was demoralizing and bruised my self-esteem from a young age. As a child, I had to watch my sister have extravagant parties on our birthday with her friends while I was treated like an afterthought. She often had sleepovers with her friends, while I was never even allowed to bring my friends back to our place. To be honest, I loathed every minute of my childhood. The only person in the family who seemed to care about me was my grandfather. When he visited us, he always brought me my favorite chocolates and occasionally slipped a few dollars to me so that I could treat myself later. As the years passed, this blatant favoritism for my twin sister gradually transformed into emotional abuse directed at me. My parents would openly mock my grades and belittle my hobbies. It felt as though no matter how much I tried, I could never meet their expectations of being the perfect child. Although I was good at sports, they barred me from participating in extracurricular activities as they wanted me to concentrate only on studies just like my sister. It was frustrating, and I felt helpless as a child. Later in my sophomore year, I got grounded yet again, and this time, the crime? Having Snapchat on my phone. I had done absolutely nothing wrong except like all teenagers at my age, I had downloaded this app to stay connected with my friends. However, according to my parents, this was a huge crime and a breach of their trust as they had forbidden me from communicating with my friends. They went batshit crazy on me and threw all my stuff around the room. They then took the doors off my hinges and told me that I would have no privacy as long as I lived under their roof. Watching my parents abuse me this way, my twin sister, instead of supporting me, made my life worse. The toxic environment created by our parents' unjust actions allowed her to exploit the situation to her advantage. She adopted a pattern of lying about me, falsely accusing me of things I never did so that she could get away with everything. If she stole something, she'd effortlessly shift the blame to me, and my parents, already inclined to believe the worst about me, readily accepted her lies. She would demean me in front of my friends at school and would make fun of my appearance. Despite this, I had a wide circle of friends at school because I was approachable and open to making connections. My twin, however, struggled socially, and she started to resent that I could talk to people while she felt awkward. This jealousy reached a boiling point during our 14th birthday party when no one showed up for her on her birthday. I have no idea why her friends did that to her, but in stark contrast, my friends took me out for ice cream, and I had an overall wonderful day. This infuriated my sister further. To take revenge, my sister began to spread false rumors at school about me where she would portray me as a spoiled brat. She would falsely tell everyone that I was allegedly physically abusing her at home since our parents loved her more. Unbeknownst to me, she took things to a disturbing level. To fabricate evidence, she would punch herself, purposefully inflicting injuries like a black eye or bruised shoulder. The next day, she would confidently walk into school, displaying the self-inflicted injuries as proof of my supposed violence and make up stories. Whenever our parents questioned her about the injuries, she would lie, saying that it was due to innocent activities like playing football with her friends. The lies and her alleged black eyes started to gain traction, and people began to believe her distorted version of events. It wasn't long before whispers started circulating, and even my friends began to look at me with suspicion. At first, I noticed subtle changes. Friends who once chatted with me in the hallways suddenly became distant. Group hangouts became fewer and farther between. It was like a switch had been flipped, and people were hesitant to associate with the supposedly spoiled guy accused of violence. One day, I mustered the courage to ask my ex-best friend why things had changed between us. He opened up about how my twin sister had been spreading rumors about me. He revealed the detailed lies she had told everyone, accusing me of things I had never done. I was shocked to hear his words. The feeling was a mix of disbelief and betrayal as if the ground beneath me had given way. My sister, someone I grew up with, was spreading lies about me, accusing me of things I would never even dream of doing. It was a betrayal that cut deep, leaving me with a knot in my stomach and a heavy heart. I confronted my sister the day after school, but she chose to ignore me. I begged her to stop lying about me, but she smirked at me and told me that I deserved to rot alone. I was at a loss for words because her lies and behavior were starting to scare me. I wanted to talk to my parents, but I was afraid that they would believe my sister over me. The isolation stung, especially because I had always been open to making friends. It felt like my sister's jealousy-fueled lies were tearing down the connections I had built over the years. Now you can watch the second part by pressing share and more.